Chapter 831. Unlike before, either was attempting to push away or topple the brainwashed individuals in a slow and cautious manner, yet without any direct contact. The brainwashed, persistently rising and charging towards him, were relentless in their pursuit. The sage, controlling them with an attitude far bolder than before, was orchestrating their movements. Amidst this confrontation, black shadows, like the bars of a prison, slammed into place, and at that moment, someone flew in and landed within them. The newcomer who had flown in, wrapping the shadows around her hand like a rope used to support on a tree, was none other than Everbeck. Ever? Yes, it's me. As soon as Ever straightened up, flexing her knees, the shadows embedded in the ground withdrew and began to move like the heads of threatening snakes towards the brainwashed. Caught off guard by this sudden appearance, the brainwashed stumbled to avoid the shadows and Ever seized the opportunity to speak. I'm glad I'm not too late. I figured out that the sage's trail led here, but in the process, Hosanna escaped. ... Kana is still outside, reinforcements are on the way, and thanks to Hen and Fen, I arrived first. As you can see, Gakane helped me get through this chaos. Either's surprise quickly faded. He shook his head and gestured towards an unseen area where Nahan and Kishir were likely to be. We are fine here, go to the commander first. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Ever's response was unexpected. The moment I arrived, the commander gestured to me to come here. Remember, the sage is my responsibility too. What? Just as he spoke, the shadow's diversion ended. Die, die, die. The brainwashed knights, hacking through the shadows with their swords, began to swing their weapons wildly. Ever, raising her hands in readiness, pointed her glowing fingers at them. You go, girl. Knowing well the lethal effectiveness of the technique Ever was about to unleash, Either shouted just before its activation. Ever, stop for a moment. He didn't have time to say the excessive force shouldn't be used against the non-awakeners. This won't do, I need to stop it first. It was at that moment Either was about to condense the wind. Suddenly, Ever disappeared from Either's sight. No, not disappeared. She moved with such explosive speed and at an unexpected angle that it seemed she vanished. She took advantage of the moment when she was out of everyone's sight, moving behind the brainwashed knights and gently pushing the back on an unsuspecting one. The touch of her fingertips was simultaneously swift and yet appeared slow. And then, in that moment, she dodged away. The knights she had touched stopped momentarily before collapsing to the ground, rolling over. It seemed like they would rise again quickly as before, but this time they only twitched briefly and did not stand up again. They were perfectly subdued and unconscious without any visible wounds. Even the sage and Either himself couldn't comprehend what had just happened in front of their eyes. What did you just say? After coldly checking on the unconscious, Ever turned and asked. That technique, what is it? Oh, it's something new I made. When did you do it? While following these guys' trail? Ever casually responded, and then, as more brainwashed charged at her, she launched her hand in the same manner and spoke again. Last time, after what happened, I couldn't just do nothing. As one of the deputy commanders of the cavalry, how could I let the same enemy in the same way get the best of me again? Ah, thank you. The sudden word of gratitude from Ever was because Either was able to deflect a weapon that had been hurled from her blind spot. Either, with intense focus in his eyes, watched Ever, who, like a silent whirlwind, was bringing down their enemies between each of her words. Responding to his will, Either's eye of magic shone brighter than before in a strong golden hue, finally revealing the true nature of her new technique. Everbeck had the ability to significantly enhance the skin and strength of her hands, concentrating minute energy at her fingertips to strike her foes. There was a time when she had contemplated developing a technique to compensate for the perceived drawbacks of this power. But Yudhar's advice had dissuaded her from doing so. It was a power that excelled in close combat. Originally impressive, but could be further refined through meticulous control. Impressive as it was, her newly developed technique went a step further. The bodies of the brainwashed touched by Ever's fingertips. The minutely controlled force, barely visible to the naked eye, absorbed by their clothing, spread throughout their bodies in an unseen impact. In Yudhar's eye of magic, the ripples created by Ever's power resembled a lake disrupted by a small stone. The ripples were gentle and fine, seemingly non-aggressive. Yet, the moment one realized them, they engulfed the body like a sudden wave, delivering a paralyzing shock and effectively immobilizing vital points. Silently, peacefully, and slowly. Yet, definitively subduing the enemy with thousands, tens of thousands of these fine impacts. At first glance, the technique didn't seem powerful, but its essence lay in subduing the enemy without any visible harm. It was a remarkable technique, developed in the midst of such busyness, keeping her strengths intact while repeatedly honing and refining them to their limits. Why she developed such a technique became apparent from her recent explanation. Ever had encountered the sage in the capital and faced those he had brainwashed. Had it been a quiet place without onlookers, she might have successfully completed her mission. However, her power was far from suitable for such a scenario. To the onlookers, the evil one was clearly the other party. But when the brainwasher played the victim with his brainwashed minions, the one who appeared aggressively became more noticeable. Consequently, attracting the noble's attention and enduring their humiliating remarks without completing her mission must have been a painfully memorable experience for Ever. Embedded in Ever's new technique was the effort and thorough contemplation of how she would face the sage and his various brainwashed adversaries in future battles. One can't always fight in comfortable settings, especially against those who use people as weapons through brainwashing. Then, at least, she resolved to develop a technique with her own hands that wouldn't aid the enemy while being most beneficial for her side. Endlessly delving into this single goal, the answer Ever found was here. I see. Having grasped this, Yudhir withdrew the power from his eye of magic. Yudhir had thought he knew Ever back very well. Her power control had been exceptional in their previous life as well. However, he now realized that perhaps he was the one who had least understood her potential trapped in the memories of their past life. The level of her current abilities couldn't simply be described as extraordinary. A new creation that surpassed all expectations, a dazzling advancement. In their previous life, Yudhir had always trusted and relied on Ever, the 10-year veteran deputy commander of the cavalry. Yet, she had never been capable of such feats back then. And now, this new technique, crafted by her fingertips, was precisely what Yudhir needed most. The thought of asking Ever to step back now seems utterly absurd. Yudhir knew all too well that Ever, more than anyone, yearned to capture the sage, gratefully accepting the opportunity to rectify the past mistakes Kishir had given out. He sighed deeply. Up until Ever's arrival, Yudhir's mind had been slowly but surely encroached upon by anxious thoughts and memories of his past life, all of which halted in their tracks. His sharp focus towards Kishir's direction and ears attuned there all ceased and closed off. Yudhir then addressed Ever. Don't worry about the rear. Just continue as you are. I will provide support. Yudhir decided he no longer needed to be the one to capture the sage himself. The sage had been pursued by Ever thus far. Having come this far, It seemed right to leave the sage's direct handling to Ever, while either would suffice with supporting from behind. In this situation, he accepted that he couldn't achieve a quiet and safe resolution in the way he had always wanted, more surely than ever could. In the past, he would not have allowed anyone else to take the forefront over him. But now, it didn't make him feel anxious or bad. Ever glanced over and nodded faintly as if understanding. Then she plunged back into her extreme focus, exerting her power and launching into action once again. Ever, Yuther, we are here. Soon after, the elder siblings joined the fray. I'm glad Yuther realized by the end of the chapter that he is not alone and did not go to his previous ways, because he was reminding me of chapter 1 Yuther, where he doesn't allow anybody to be in his area of combat and he just steps alone himself. So I was kind of worrying, why do you care about these nobles who are brainwashed? I mean, yes, you can care, but on a limited way. And him thinking it would be a burden to Kishir, I'm sure Kishir would gladly even welcome it. And it would not even take a minute or one sentence for him to sway that these nobles should be actually grateful to you, then actually bring complaints. And why are you forgetting the emperor is on your side? Well, I'm glad he realized it. Progress.